Good afternoon. My name is Scott Redler, Chief Strategic Officer of T3Live.com. Welcome to today's recap and look ahead. So today is Wednesday, and yeah, the indices have had a bit of a inside week so far. What does an inside week mean? It means you're trading within a range of a candlestick, and that candlestick was from last Friday. We did shake the tree a little bit, which we talked about in the morning call. Will we trade below Friday's gap pivot and stay below and then crash like the crash callers want to call, or trade below, stop some people out, get some people frustrated, come back above it, and hopefully maybe get back involved for them to be in the same range. So anyway, at this point, you look at the S&P cash. Overall, I go over this chart every day. You're probably sick of me doing it. Oh my goodness, this was your Brexit move, and this was your trade thereafter. This was your election move when it traded down before, traded up after, and then Mr. Donald Trump got involved right here, and then he had some commitment, and then here is your accelerated uptrend. So where are we now? Short-term, micro-term, okay? Almost like whale tails. Whale tails, what's whales? Where are we in spider tails? We are right here, or S&P cash. We traded below 2287 and came back below. Went as low as 2285. Two handles. Two handles could have made you 10 handles, right? Went below it by 2 handles, stopped some people out, came back above. That's your trigger for a lot of guys. And then we closed okay. Now the question is, will we take out this to the upside and not have a trap tomorrow? A trap tomorrow would not be fun. At this point, nice little 4-day move, cleaned out some stops, came right back up. I'm sure anyone who got stopped out that didn't get back in, tomorrow if we're up, they'll be upset, so you have to be in some. Go to the spiders, because I post a chart like that every morning. Everyone's like, Red Dog, could you go over the trade? Well, here is your trade, everybody. This was the spot, right? If you look at, what's it called, my morning tweet, said, spiders are down a little bit. We'll see how we handle 228.46. Do we get below and stay below? Do we get below and come back above? Well, went down to 228.31, 15 cents, came back above, and now we'll see if there's enough power to clear this spot. All in all, this trend still remains intact. Yes, there was definitely a little weakness in the Russell, and I lost money there the last 2 days. It hasn't been fun, but the Russell does what the Russell does, right? It's held support again. So if you got involved a little bit here for some kind of day-and-a-half trade, maybe you get one, because obviously buying at the top end of the range has not worked. The banks were weak all day long. But did it break the bottom end of the range? No. Did it get near the bottom end of the range? No. It just didn't have enough power to break out of the top end of the range. So a little frustrating. I did get stopped into my Bank of America, and I didn't go back just because I had a lot going on at that time. It was the weakest position out of all my positions, and I had a few other positions that weren't going well, so the ones that I was targeting, I didn't play as big as I would have liked to, but they wound up working, and they helped the day, and I'll get into those right now. So think about it. 2 days ago, what did Red Dog focus on? Netflix, NFLX. Not because actually I'm a subscriber, my son loves it on his iPad, but because it had a nice tight pattern. And now look at Netflix. Isn't that cute? Okay, it wound up holding right in here. So the chart on Twitter, if you want to look at it, said you could be long verse, okay, 138, which is right here. For those of you who trade verse support, because you don't like to trade for momentum, or you could be long verse there and add when it clears 142 to 142.5, or just get involved when that happens. So yesterday could have been a good day trade, or yesterday could have been a buy some, add some, and then today we did not get follow through right away, but it came in, retested this 142.50-ish area, held, went green, and still looks good. So I'm still in some Netflix, not as much as I had right here, because this was your inflection point. That is your tier 2. Tier 1, tier 2, back to tier 1. Maybe just hold tier 1 for the rest. Okay, I'm a little less than a tier 1, but I'm trying to stay with it for, just for right trade purposes. Okay, Apple, I sold yesterday, did not get back into today. I don't feel like dealing with the ex-dividend noise. Just to show you a strategy. Here is the gap up after earnings. Here, inside day, you could have been a buyer verse 127 and said, I'm not selling this thing unless it breaks the earnings gap. Or you could have said, okay, I'm going to buy here, and when it clears this 3-day pivot, I'm going to buy tier 2. And then you can say, hey, if it clears the post-earnings high and shorts get trapped, I'm going to buy tier 3. And then you sell maybe yesterday, you hold some, and wound up, still continuing to the upside. For me, I think I was long here, added here, sold yesterday, didn't touch it today. Still looks good. My focus for today was BABA. If you look at the Twitter feed, I posted only one. I always post a chart of the SP Cash every single day, and then probably 3-4 times a week or less, I post one chart that looks like a good setup, and it doesn't always work. But I posted that because it has the makings of a good trade if it triggers, and then it holds, and then it goes. Those are 3 things that have to have it. It's like trigger, trade, go. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Anyway, let's look at BABA. A little delirious today. Here is BABA. BABA, BABA. Anyway, it was really good to us last year. Then we had this descending channel here, which typically puts it back on the map. Then you had your follow through. Then it was tight heading into last quarter's earnings. Okay, wound up, had a nice day trade before. We had a call spread that went fully valued, and then it did absolutely nothing for a while. So did post a chart this morning, not after the fact, this morning saying, hey, you could be long just like Netflix versus the gap. The gap here was 100-ish, I think I put. And then add to it, if it trades and gets above this 100, 170. I think I said 101.50, 101.70, I don't remember. And anyway, that happened. So to me, it seems as if it's just a matter of time before this gets taken out. And then who knows, maybe it gets back towards the highs of last year. Good earnings, acting well above the 8-day, trading with patterns. You can't be upset with that. I'm in tier 1. I'm also in BIDU. BIDU, I did not post a chart. You have to be on the VTF. The VTF has seen me in the options. When did I get in the options? I got in the options in here. And then today it did trigger above this high. And now we'll see if it can get above this and make its way to the upside. I still think the setup is good. I like it. Obviously, we have to see what happens in China overnight. Sometimes it has an impact on sentiment. The reason why I started to focus on it, just my little birdie on my shoulder, which is my experience, says, hey, look at BIDU. BIDU hasn't done a blessed thing for quite some time. It was the class of the internet stocks. It's been basically under consolidation since 2015. That's 2 years. And I think it's doing very big artificial intelligence type of work now in China. There's a lot of things to do there. So to me, I have some options for earnings. I'm in some stock. Maybe we get a little bit more of a pre-earnings run towards here. Okay, because I don't think they're coming out till February 23rd. It's February 8th, so there's time. So I'm in some stock. I'm in some options, and we'll see. Last time I saw a nice consolidation like this, it's obviously different, was our friend Tesla. Tesla, like Redler. Kidding. Anyway, this was your descending channel here. Wanted to break into the upside. I posted this chart before this happened saying, hey, I'm going to be looking at Tesla this year. Why am I going to be looking at Tesla? Because Tesla hasn't done anything for about a year. Everything's going electric, everything's going automated, and Elon Musk is in Trump's ear. Put that all together with a short interest, and maybe we get a great trade. Ooh, and then look, triggered above, and then it turned into a great trade management all the way back up to the highs. And if you get Redler report 2017, we are already at the spot. I said it could take out 270-ish at some point this year, and that was way back here. So if you're one of those guys who put a small percentage in all 14 plays that I had, you're already almost there. If you trade them when they trigger based on technical patterns and my rules, whether you're above the 8 and 21 day, whether it's trading well, et cetera, then look at this. Tesla is above the 8 and 21 day moving average for this entire move. So if you're really good, you held it the entire time. Obviously, that's not easy to do. But you have a lot of different trades here. Remember when the production numbers came out and everyone started giving me hate mail saying, you said this was your play of the year. They missed their production numbers. It's down $6. I said, hey, maybe it's a 2016 story. And then it went green, and boom. Then it tested the 8-day, and then had another nice move. Went all the way up, tested the 8-day, stayed there a little bit longer, and then triggered and kept going. At this point, are you in all-in Tesla? No. But are you in some? Yes. Am I in it? No. I sold it here, actually on this little bar yesterday. I've been managing it. Obviously, it is what it is. So Tesla's been good. Then, we started to talk about, how long will names be in the penalty box? And in my note, I had put a little different, a few different categories, like stocks that are constructive, that have already reported earnings and could make new highs. And on there this week was Facebook and BABA. And then in the stocks that are in the penalty box, actually Facebook was on there too. So Facebook was on that, saying that it held the 8th day. And now look at Facebook. Wow. Facebook that failed because it wasn't ready to take out 133.5 on earnings day, maybe because Google was weak and Amazon wasn't doing great. Well, now it's right back up here. So hopefully you're not short it, and if you're long it, even better. I'm not long it because I just have too much beta on right now. We'll see if that continues to the upside. Amazon, I do have a little bit, not because I think it's going to make a new 52-week high soon. I just think that it traded into the gap, and I think there could be a little bit more just for a trade. If not, it'll hurt, but I think it fills the gap, and then we'll see what's next. Google, some of you guys are in from 826. Okay, why are you in from 826? Because it cleared this pivot here after failing at 861. It held the 50-day moving average and wound up holding again, and looks like it could get up to here at some point if the market wants to be a little stronger tomorrow. Then, on the different side, some red dog reversals in the oil patch. That sector's been weak, out of play, and sorry, my teleprompter just went down. I couldn't see. No, I'm kidding, I don't have a teleprompter. This is straight from the hip. Well, the XLE, in my note, I said, hey, maybe we'll find the red dog reversal. It's been a weak sector, and if the market wants to hang in there, it's going to have to, trigger some kind of bottom trade. Well, went below 71.37, came back above it. Not saying it's going to blast off the highs. That's all the way up here, but I guess I could see what it did like here. 2 days and then fell. A few days and then fell. Maybe this sees a little spot to here if you long some of the, oil names just for a trade, not for a momentum trade, for a catch a low trade because everyone figured it would be a short into the 1030 number and it didn't happen. OHs, also big bottom tell into prior breakout area. So, maybe it comes up to test moving averages. Is this a quality setup? No. But is it a reversal that might continue? Yes. Should you be all in? No. Could you be in a little bit? Yes. That was fast. USO, oil. It's been down. It's been out. It's been slippery. And then today, what did oil do? Oil traded below the prior low, held the moving average, came back above, and closed okay. So if you were short it from when it broke here, maybe you covered it. If you're looking for some kind of tactical long to maybe fill this gap into tomorrow, well, today you had a little bit of a signal, kind of like the signal here. Remember this one? This was a nice red dog reversal signal that gave you follow through. I don't know if that's going to happen tomorrow, but it could, especially considering this is a pretty big level going sideways. So commitment, not having commitment issues. So with all that said, definitely a lot of things to do. Not the fastest tape, not the best tape, but there are setups that are going on. I try and put it out there for you. I do a morning call express every day. It's about 6 minutes. Sometimes I have my Asian co-host, so it's kind of interesting. You see me talking in English, he talks in Chinese, and then we go back and forth. But then that's to go out in Hong Kong television. Then I do my full version, which is 20 minutes for Redler All Access. If you're a paid subscriber, it's very cheap for the entire year. Plus, you get my note at 8:30. And then I tweet all day long. Some in my Redler All Access private, some in the public. Today, I was on the stair machine. I was a little bored. I was reading articles. Everyone knows, like, Red Dog, are you at the gym? Because I just post, miscellaneous stuff because I have ADHD and I'm reading everything and posting things that I think are kind of interesting or not. And then here's the recap. So if you feel a little lost, find individuals you want to trust that could help put a plan in front of you that you could then confirm, that you could understand, so then you can get on the right page and start netting some money and start moving forward versus pointing fingers and complaining and doing all those things that won't get you anywhere. Tonight it's supposed to snow, so there's a small chance that tomorrow I trade from short hills. And what does that mean? It means no morning call from Red Dog. I'll still write my note, I'll still get it in, but I might trade in short hills. That means I have no studio. That means Kurt Capra or a few other of the content providers might be here instead of me. You'll know in the morning. Have a great night, stay safe, stay warm, and have a good night. Bye-bye.